What's up, buddy? So yeah, I know you can't see my face, but I'm kind of in a rush, and just to show you how to get your tension. So you can see here I have a 30 strander, but you see when my clutch or when my throw off of the strainer is locked, see how they're equidistant from each side. When you're putting new snares on, you want to undo your latch, okay? And then I have a infinite adjusting butt plate too, so I have 2 strainers on this one. Yours probably just has a locking butt plate, but what you're doing is you want to get everything to about medium tension, and I think what you were describing is that you loosened this so much that it fell out, because there is threadings in here, and if you do it too much, then yeah, it's going to come out. You have to reattach the assembly. It can be a little difficult, but if you look on the inside of here, you'll see the threading and the grommet. So see how these are pretty nice and loose there? I'm going to go even a little further so it's more like medium. And the way you can tell that is do it all the way tight. Once you feel it tight, then go about halfway loose. Okay? So when you're loose, you want to do the same thing on this side where you put a little bit more plate. I use strings, nylon strings, but if you have a plastic wire or plastic or wire setup, or even the felt setup, the fabric, it'll still work the same. Okay, so see how my snares are kind of hanging right there? That's where you want them to be at when you first put them on. Okay, then once you affix it, then you want to tighten it to the position that you want and still make it equidistant. So the trick is you first want to attach the butt plate, and so that when they're tight, you can see that, okay, it's going to be equidistant from the same side of the bearing edge on this side. Okay? So then put them on that way. Then after you affix it like that with medium tension, then you want to tighten your butt plate, or if you have a locking butt plate or a strainer on the butt plate, then you want to get your main adjustment here. Now mine's all the way tight, so you can see that once I throw this on, it's going to choke the drum. Now some people like that sound. That's great. I like mine a little bit looser, so then I'm going to go to like 3/4 tension. And that's when you can tell that you have a good tension, is when you hear the snares snap when you throw your throw off back on. That'll give more resonance to your drum. You won't be choking the resonant head, and then you'll still have equidistant. Okay, I know that's kind of a crash course, but basically what you want to do is you have to have enough looseness in your butt plate and your strainer and your throw off when you attach the wires, and then adjust the wires to the tension that you want. Okay, but the trick is you have to have your strainer at medium tension, maybe even a little bit looser. Okay, and it is a little bit of some play. You might have to undo it again, and because once you put this side on, it might be closer to the bearing edge on this side than it is on this side. So it takes a little bit of figuring out, but as long as you get it equidistant, the butt plate is fixed. So even if you don't have a strainer, just fix that butt plate and then do your adjustments from your actual strainer. So when you hear that snap up, then you know you have a good tension. That kind of thing. So I know that's a crash course. Leave comments if you have a question there, buddy. And then really what it is though is get that equidistance, fix your butt plate, don't mess with the butt plate once you find that equidistance on this side, and then tighten from your medium tension when you have fixed it to then a tighter tension, and then you'll have a better resonance and you'll get that good snap. So it's not just like so tight that when you try to push this up, you're like, ah! That kind of thing. You don't want it like that. You want it where you can just push it up and it snaps. Okay, So it depends on the setup of your drum. I think the Gretsch that you have, the Catalina, the Rock, it just has a locking butt plate, so no strainer adjustment on the butt, but that's fine. I have plenty of snares like that too. But like I said, the whole trick is to get everything at medium tension first and then gradually go up so that everything is still equidistant, but you're not choking the drum where your snares are so tight that you can barely even put the throw off back on. Remember, if you hear that sound, you're in the green zone. Okay, so that's just kind of a crash course there. I know that I'm running out of time, so that's why I did it so quick. But that's how you have to start. So anytime it's kind of a struggle for all of us drummers, because you have to figure out, like, okay, well, maybe I tightened it too much to one side, and now even I'm at loose tension here, but then my snares are way over towards the butt plate and not equidistant towards where the throw off is at, right? So that's kind of the key, is getting loose tension first, but not so loose that your strainer falls out. You're going to have to put that back in, obviously, to figure it out. And just get a general gauge of, like, okay, if I go this loose, oh, I feel like I'm about to lose it, you know, and then go up a few turns tight so that you're at medium tension when you affix it. I promise that's the way to do it, okay? And I'll help you out if you have any more problems with that. I can easily do that for you, okay? And then Dan, this part's for you, bud. So let me lower this a little bit. And I also wanted to tell you, right now I have, oh, I love this. This is the dual crash, Meinl dual crash. It's real trashy. It's like a hand hammered thin. I love them. They're so beautiful, man. And yeah, they're pricey, but the sound profile it gives is amazing. So this is the Byzance extra thin hand hammered. So if you want like a trashy sound that has short decay and gets out of the way quickly, then you know, it's, oh, my mic gain's way up. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's try that again. That's the extra thin. This is one of my favorite crashers, so unfortunately it would cost you some money to be able to get this one, okay? Then I have the dual crash. This is a phenomenal crash as well. Has a little bit more dirt to it, a little more trash. But the reason I'm showing you these is because even though they're not the EFX, they kind of have that timbre to them and that characteristic to them. Okay, now I also have, since you had an issue with the small crack, I got this one. This one is a little bit cheaper, made in China, but it still has a great effect sound to it. Pretty bright, but that's an option. And then the big boy. So these are bulletproof, man. The AAX Omni, I think they call it, or Aero. The Aero crash. And this is a 20. So this is powerful, and they're made so well, and they have a great bell that, I mean, you have to really, you know, because you want a glancing blow anytime you're doing crashes. If you hit straight on and you're hitting power strokes and that, yeah, you're going to probably break it. But if you do a glancing blow, but very long decay, very long decay. Of course, you can put magnets on it, you can put some dots on it, shorten that decay, but these are like indestructible, and they have a good sound. They have a really good sound. Okay, next up, this is the new one I got, brand new, brand spanking new. Okay, so this is the EFX that you already have, but brand new, still with the price tag on it, barely been played. So you can hear when you really compare like the trash crashes from the Minels that I have versus the Arrow. They're very similar. They're very similar. It's just that the decay is a little bit different, and the Chinese made one is a brighter pink or a brighter, timbre and profile to it. But the EFX, and then I'll put this back on just so you can hear how similar they are. Almost identical. They're almost identical. Obviously, this has a deeper timbre to it, so which I like. A little bit darker, and this is brighter. But you can tell like they're very similar in their sound profiles. Now, because this is a 20, the Arrow, and this is a 16, and this has a totally different punch pattern than this does. Obviously, the decay is a lot longer on this, but it's bulletproof. It's bulletproof. So you can do cymbal chokes with it. So that's the Arrow. Yeah, it's quite aggressive, almost like a China, but more clarity to it. Okay, then back to the EFX, the 16. So that's the 16 that you already have. Now here's the 14. So what I did was I paired this with 14-inch hats. Sometimes using it on the bottom, sometimes using it on top. It's barely been used though. I don't know. I used it maybe like 5 times total. Still has the price tag on it. Still has the warranty on it because it's less than 2 years old. And that's the other thing I was going to say to you, bro, is that your EFX, because it's Zildjian and they give you a 2-year warranty, I think it's only been 1 year so far. So you could claim a warranty on the one you have. Just see if they'll send you another one. So, I have the receipt I can send you, and then digital receipt. And then you can just ask Zildjian, like, hey, it cracked. It's within warranty. Can you send me another one? So I wanted to mention that too, because you never know that you might just be able to get another one without me needing to send you one. Because Zildjian gives 2-year limited warranties on all of their plates, as long as it's not like your fault that it broke. It's usually like acts of nature, if it flooded or it got hit something or it dropped or there was a bunch of wind and your cymbal stand fell over. Acts of God is how they refer to that. But the 16 sounds like this. So more of a splash sound, but still with the EFX sound. Okay, so comparing the 16 to the 14. Okay, so kind of just to give you some different sound profiles there. Listen back to them with headphones. Let me know what you think. But yeah, basically I've got the Arrow, the Sabian Arrow, that's the 20, and it has a lot of long decay on it. Where the 14, you could use that even as a hat setup, or more of like a splash sound in addition to the EFX sound. Okay, so the 14. Or if you really just want to, if you're in love with that 16, which I know you really, really like, then you could also get this. but I would recommend reaching out to Zildjian at the very least, and just because yours should still have the SKU number and the price tag on it. So all you have to do is give them the SKU. They can look up the point of sale. I can send you the receipt. I think I got it through Sweetwater most likely, or maybe on Reverb. I can't remember. But one or the other, I can find the receipt for it for you. And then what you can do is just send that to them and see, hey, can you send me another one? Because it cracked and it's still within that 2-year warranty. Okay, buddy? All right, guys. Sorry, I got to go. I got to teach in 10 minutes. But, yeah, let me know what you think. I know that's kind of quick and dirty. But just remember that, even if you don't have something that's got a bunch of holes in it, there's a lot of dry, great characteristics to these. This one I can't give you. I'm sorry, buddy. It's one of my favorite crashes, the extra thin hand hammered. But the dual, I might be able to give to you. But honestly, I think these I could part with you without having to charge you any money. So that way, if you get, these just paying for shipping and then replacing it. But the 16, the 18, and then also the Arrow, this one, the 20. So let me know what you think. And then also, if you have any questions about the snare strainer and how to fix those, just remember, medium tension on each side, equidistant, have them kind of hanging low, so when you hold the drum upside down, they're not against the head, your throw off is off, and your strainer is at medium tempo, not all the way loose to where it falls out, not all the way tight where you're choking it, but sit it right there at medium tempo, and then gradually go up with your strainer until you get to the sound that you like. Because you want resonance out of your snare too. A lot of people like that just kind of choke sound and dry sound. I know Dabs likes that with his Anderson Paak sound, but he still has his snare somewhat loose, so you can hear the snap of the snares and all the articulation of when he's playing ghost notes and all that kind of stuff. Because if your snares are too tight, you're just completely choking that bottom reso, and then you're not getting the full characteristics out of the drum. So. But yeah, leave comments if you have any questions, and then I'll also upload this to the server, and then you guys can watch it back and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. All right, guys, happy drumming. Happy to help too. So just let me know what's going on, what you prefer, and we'll make it work out for you. All right, guys, take care. Happy drumming.